Let's talk dental student loans today. I am a dentist. I am not a financial advisor. So please seek out proper financial advice before you make decisions. I am just here to share with you what I did and how my thought process was. So let's begin. I went to NYU Dental School, and that's a very expensive dental school. I lived in Manhattan all 4 years. So as you can imagine, being 21, living in the greatest city in the world, it was a dream, and I absolutely loved it. That being said, I really encourage you to do your research and definitely shadow dentists. You need to know that you want to be a dentist before you make that financial commitment to going to dental school. Let's talk about mindset before we dive into the numbers. So if you're going into any type of grad school, you really have to weigh the pros and cons before you make that commitment to start. The reason why you need to know is because it is a lot of money. It is an absurd amount of money to go to medical school or dental school, for example. How did I make that decision? Well, I made a $500,000 bet at the age of 20 that I would be a great dentist. I believed in myself, and so far it's paying off. I knew it wouldn't be easy, but it's what I wanted to do. If you have determination and conviction to do something and be great at it, you need to make that same exact bet as well. If you have any doubt or you don't think you'll succeed, you should probably look elsewhere. You gotta believe in yourself 100%, because if you don't believe in yourself, who will? Dentistry is difficult. It is an art, yet stressful. Okay, loan repayment. I took out a loan from the government called a federal loan. It has a 6 to 7% interest rate. Now this loan starts accruing when you start school. And what it does is that interest builds daily. Okay, so it doesn't really make sense because the government knows you're a full-time student, but then now they're charging you for this loan, expecting you to somehow pay that back while you're in school. What I mean by payback is negate that interest. But if you can't, like most people, then that interest stacks on top of the principal amount that they loaned you. And then when you're done with school, they'll take that entire amount of money and then interest builds on that as your new principal. It's insane. It should be illegal. It doesn't make any sense. You are trying to borrow money for education and they are charging you while you're educating yourself. And then once you're educated and you can go make money, you are then having to pay even more interest. It's ridiculous. If you made it this far and you like what you see, please drill that like and subscribe button. I appreciate it. All right, repayment strategy out of school. I like the federal loan because when I first came out, it gave me flexibility. Here's something to know. When you graduate, no one really knows how to repay these loans, okay? So take some time, do some research, and don't panic. My situation, I was in a couple offices at a time working part-time. With that came some turnover at jobs. I opted in for the income-driven repayment plan. The reason why the income-driven repayment plan is good is because you get the flexibility of making monthly payments. The monthly payment goes off of essentially 10% of your previous year's gross income. This comes out to being a very affordable amount of money for you to be able to pay back. Now, if something happens to you where you lose your job or you're not working as much, you can tell your loan provider that and they will actually reduce your payments. They'll even go as low as 0. But be careful, your interest is still accruing while this happens. All this does is it gives you a little bit of financial flexibility to get yourself situated without having a mandatory high amount of loan repayment to make every single month. Once I had a relatively stable job, I was able to make bigger payments towards the loan, and my goal was to make just enough to negate the interest so that way I wouldn't have to worry about falling behind on paying the loan back. This helped me keep the loan amount at bay until I made more money in the future. When you get to this point, you will have the option to refinance. What refinancing is it allows you to consolidate all your loans into one loan, and then you can pay a lower interest rate towards that as opposed to what you were paying previously. I was paying 6 to 7% before. I chose to refinance and my rate got down to about 3%. This allows me to make payments that will not only cover the interest, but also start going to the principal loan amount. This is how you can eliminate your student debt very quickly. When you make the switch to refinancing, pay that loan down as fast as you can. Don't feel like you need to be doing what everyone else is doing. Your situation is your situation. Rules that other people are applying to their life don't apply to yours, especially when it comes to finances. What you need to do is take the time, put in the effort, do your research, talk to a financial advisor, and figure out what is the best way for you to pay back your loans while still living the lifestyle that you want to live. I hope this helped you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.